BTS Global News Today. Seoul, October 2025. Today, the world seemed to stop for a moment. Amid thousands of birthday messages flooding social media for Park Jimin, one message appeared out of nowhere. Simple, without flashy effects, without excessive emojis, yet powerful enough to shake the entire BTS fandom and netizens worldwide. That message came from someone whose name doesn't even need to be mentioned to be recognized: Jungkook. The morning began like any other. Armies all over the world had been preparing since midnight KST, counting down the seconds to October 13th, a day that has always been special because it marks the birthday of Jimin, the Machi of BTS, the singer whose smile could melt the world. From Busan to New York, Tokyo to Paris, phone screens were filled with hashtags like hashtag Happy Jimin Day and hashtag Our Angel Jimin. Yet, there was one thing everyone was waiting for. Would Jungkook publicly say something to his close friend and stage partner? For the past 2 years, their relationship has often been the subject of speculation among fans. Too many unexpected moments, glances that were hard to explain, and silences at crucial times made everything feel mysterious. But this time, things were different. At exactly 9:13 a.m. Korea Standard Time, Jungkook's official Instagram showed a new notification. JJK posted a story. No one could have predicted that a short post would turn into a global event. In a 17-second video, there was a quiet beach scene, likely Busan, where waves gently chased the shore. There was no music, only the sound of wind and seagulls flying low. Then, at the end of the clip, the screen faded to black and a handwritten white digital text appeared. To my friend, my brother, my mirror. Happy birthday, Jimin. You're the reason I keep singing. That was all. Yet the world truly stopped. Comments flooded the internet within seconds. What does he mean by mirror? Wrote one fan on Twitter. Is Jungkook saying Jimin is his reflection? Another commented on a TikTok clip that quickly went viral. The hashtags hashtag Jungkook, hashtag Jungkook message to Jimin, and hashtag You're the Reason Ape singing hit the global trending charts in less than 10 minutes. But it wasn't just the words themselves that shook everyone. It was the timing and the way Jungkook delivered them. Armies who paid attention to details noticed the post time, 9:13. The numbers clearly symbolized October 13th, Jimin's birthday. Jungkook seemed to have planned everything perfectly, yet the message still felt pure and spontaneous that a few hours later, Korean media outlets started releasing headlines. Jungkook's message to Jimin sends the world into frenzy, wrote Dispatch. Jungkook calls Jimin his mirror. What does it mean? Wrote Naver Entertainment. HYBE, as always, refused to comment, replying only with, "We respect the members' private lives." But fans knew, nothing is truly private when it's posted from Jungkook's official account. Meanwhile, Jimin himself remained silent. No Instagram post, no Weverse comment, no public appearance. But by the afternoon, a fan in Busan uploaded an amateur video showing someone in a black jacket and face mask walking alone by Haeundae Beach. Though the face was hard to recognize, the slim figure and the distinct walking style were unmistakably Jimin's. The video spread like wildfire. Within 2 hours, netizens began speculating that Jimin had intentionally visited the same beach as in Jungkook's video. Some even compared the large rocks in the background of both clips and found striking similarities to BY Evening. The fandom's atmosphere turned deeply emotional. Jungkook suddenly went live on Weverse, something he hadn't done in months. Wearing a gray hoodie and no makeup, he sat silently for a few minutes before speaking softly. "Today's special. I don't know what else to say except, I'm thankful I met someone like him." Armies watching the live froze. He didn't mention a name, but everyone knew who he was talking about. Jungkook smiled faintly, gazing at the camera as if speaking to someone watching from the other side of the screen. "He's the one who reminds me why I started," he continued. "Sometimes we forget why we began, and he always reminds me." The words were simple, but the meaning was profound. Many fans broke down in tears while watching. Comments flooded the live chat. "He's talking about Jimin, right? This is too emotional. They're more than just friends." Then, at the end of the live, Jungkook picked up his acoustic guitar and softly sang a few lines of an unreleased song. His voice was gentle, almost like a whisper, but the lyrics were crystal clear. "When you smile, the world shines. When you cry, I lose my light." so I'll stay just behind your steps to make sure you never fall again." After the final line, he looked at the camera for a long time before saying, "That's my gift." Then he smiled faintly and ended the broadcast. Within an hour, the clip spread across every platform. Many believe the song was written personally for Jimin, especially since the lyrics matched Jungkook's earlier post. A HYB insider even told reporters, "It's not an official song, but he wrote it himself months ago. There's something deeply personal behind it." The next morning, Jimin finally appeared online, not with a long message, but with a single Instagram photo, a sunset sky over the sea, captioned simply, "Thank you for remembering the sea." No tags, no mentions, no heart emojis. Yet everyone knew what it meant. The sea, a recurring symbol in their story. Jungkook and Jimin were known to share a special memory by the seaside in Busan, the place where they first talked about their dreams as teenage trainees. The public reaction was overwhelming. Armies around the world began creating video edits combining Jungkook's message, his live broadcast, and Jimin's post. The BTS song "Sea" from Love Yourself. Her re-entered Spotify's charts after years, as fans felt it captured the emotional connection between them. Even international outlets like Rolling Stone and Billboard published features. Jungkook's message to Jimin becomes a global love letter, wrote Billboard. Their bond transcends friendship, its artistry, its history, its emotion, added Rolling Stone. In Korea, local TV stations replayed Jungkook's Weverse live clips over and over. Cultural critics called the moment a new form of emotional communication in the digital age, when two global icons convey their feelings subtly yet powerfully. Then, amid the media storm, an anonymous X account posted another photo that shook the world again. The image showed two men in black jackets walking side by side on the beach at night, timestamped 10:45 p.m., October 13th. Their silhouettes weren't clear, but the way they walked, one slightly looking down, the other gazing toward the sea, convinced fans. It was Jimin and Jungkook. They might not want to be seen, yet somehow, every step they take always seems to be found by the world. By dawn, there was still no official confirmation. But the fandom's tone had shifted completely. It was no longer just about Jimin's birthday. It was about the meaning of togetherness that doesn't need to be loudly declared. Jungkook had written something unforgettable, not merely a birthday wish, but a quiet confession of connection, history, and emotion that only two people who've walked the same path could understand. One Army wrote on the global Weverse community. "We always wish they'd speak openly, but maybe they already have. Through the sea, through the song, through silence." That night, Busan grew quiet again. The waves kept coming and going like the breath of time, as if holding the secrets of two young men who once ran across the sand chasing their dreams. They were no longer nameless trainees. They are now legends, still finding each other amid a world that never stops watching. And however long the moment will be remembered, one thing is certain. October 13th, 2025 was not just Jimin's birthday. It was the day Jungkook made the world believe that sincerity doesn't need grand words. Just one simple sentence from the heart. "You're the reason I keep singing." And from that moment on, everyone knew the world of BTS would never be the same again.
Just 'cause